Hi, State Representative Peter Abbarno here, just off the House floor after a historic vote on Conference Committee Bill 5536, which was a controlled substance bill. What it would have done if it was passed, which it failed with 55 votes voting no, so it was a bipartisan vote no. It would have created a gross misdemeanor, but a really weak gross misdemeanor for possession and knowing use of illicit drugs in our communities. The problem with that was it didn't require the person who was caught with these drugs to stipulate to the crime, and would have created a gamesmanship of the judicial system, ultimately resulting in a lot of dismissals and no real teeth to hold people accountable for drug use in our community. Even more dangerously is that it would allow for paraphernalia like syringe exchanges and smoking devices to be used within the community, passed out for free without local control, or allowing a county or a local municipality to actually pass laws and ordinances to prevent that from happening. It also created these health hubs which integrated both youth and children with adults who were using illicit drugs, not separating them, not making sure that children were safe. In recovery residences, it created a system where you'd have somebody in a room who might be recovering from drugs or trying to get their life straight with someone who recently used. These are not best practices. These are not using the data that we have to actually solve problems. For a lot of our communities, one of the biggest issues with the bill was the fact that it eliminated notice when citing one of these treatment centers or residencies or these hubs in our communities. These were huge issues. I'm glad that both Republicans and Democrats voted no for this piece of legislation in this conference committee bill. Now, right up to the conference committee, there was a bipartisan agreement that we were working towards. Unfortunately, that fell apart. We'll need to continue working on this. What does this mean for our local governments? Well, it means that the state won't preempt local governments and counties from actually passing laws that make it illegal to knowingly possess and use drugs in our communities. Will there be a fix in the future? Probably. We'll continue to work on this issue, but as of now, if this law sunsets in July, local governments will be able to pass laws, and there is money in the operating and capital budget for local governments to use to help with some of these programs. So stay tuned. This law is ever changing, but tonight on the House floor, it was a really historic vote against a conference committee bill.